Tonight is the first episode of right now currently called Studio44. If it gets called something else, who knows? I really like Studio44. I already talked to somebody about like options for logo designs for it. Studio44 sounds really prestigious, but it's not. So we'll see. But we're gonna jump into a voice chat here with Phoenix, and we're gonna talk about battle royales. Talking about battle royales, the state that they're in now, the ones that are out and ready to go, or already being played, and then the ones that may have not released yet, and then kind of go over some games that we think may or may not benefit from a battle royale mode. We'll see. So let's get into that, and it's just super bright because this. I have to pull up one more thing here. Let's join this. Hello? Phoenix? Hello? Maybe?
Hello?
Alright, I might need to turn that down a little bit.
I just realized I was on push to talk.
Nice. There's supposed to be a way that I can turn you down, right?
Yes, sir, Bobber Doodle.
Alright. Go ahead and talk for me again.
Potatoes.
I don't know if that's turning you down or if it's turning me down. Oh, it's you. Go ahead and talk again.
Potatoes.
Lots of potatoes. Alright.
Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and...
Yeah, I think we'll test it. If it's not good, it's not good. That should be good. Learning new things, chat. Learning new things. Cardboy with the car 6 potatoes. Alright. So, I mean, I guess we'll just kick this off. Look at that car 6, the car 6 potatoes. We'll just kick this off with, I mean, I know you've played a few battle royales, right?
Yes.
What battle royales have you played?
Cool beans.
I have played Fortnite. I don't know if you really count Tetris 99 as a battle royale, but it's considered one.
It is.
I played that.
Cool beans. Cool beans.
Cool beans. Cool beans.
Apex.
Beans.
Call of Duty.
Beans.
Cool.
Okay,
And
so you
I think that's about it.
played the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Just got a sub, Cardboy sub, gifting subs to Car 6. Coco's here with he's throwing some potatoes too. Coco tacos. Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Yeah, cool beans.
Cool beans.
I'm trying to pull up all the ones that I can think of. You said Tetris 99. Tetris. I've never played Tetris 99, so I'm not gonna be a good judge on that one. I do. You said you come here often. You're not even subbed. Just Carboy's just shaming people, dude. Just
Shade.
pure shame, dude. Wow.
Oh, I play H1Z1. I forgot about that one.
Okay, yep, I pulled that one up too. So let's start with one that hasn't come out yet. But it was announced that it's supposed to be coming out, but hasn't come out. That's Battlefield 5's Firestorm.
Ah.
So this was announced in E3 last year, and was supposed to it's just, I'm guessing it has been riddled with either problems, just because I'm guessing due to its sheer size, because this first article that I'm reading here, the headline of it is Battlefield 5 Firestorm map is 10 times larger than the game's biggest map. Now, but Battlefield 5 has actually some very massive maps due to the different game modes that they have. Have you ever played Battlefield?
No.
Okay, so Battlefield's got
play it though.
They've got big where you have full armies almost going against each other. So they're fairly good sized maps that they have, and they're saying that their battle royale map is supposed to be 10 times larger than their biggest map that they have for like their big skirmishes and stuff.
Okay.
To me, that's just mind-boggling because, I mean, 64 versus 64 on PC for Battlefield. I think it's the same. I think it's the same on console. I don't think it's different on console. So you can have 64 people versus 64 people. So, I mean, you need a pretty massive map for that to be something that it needs to,
Mm-hmm. I don't understand the purpose of having a big. So when I think of big maps, I think of like how Call of Duty did their map. Like you have this extremely big map, and I think it's great. But the aspect of the game, like you know how Call of Duty, for example, has like the storm, like they do in Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
But because they did that in the storm, it does so much damage. Nobody really likes playing the blackout mode. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's called blackout mode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of people like playing that because of how strong the storm is.
I mean, I would agree. The map seems big, but I also think it's for us. So for us, it's a lot different because we play on console. Console's a little bit more different than PC in the looting aspect. PC, when I watch people play PC battle royales, they're looting faster than shit, and I'm super like I'm just like I wish I could do that on console, but it's impossible with a controller. It's impossible. It's impossible to loot that fast on a controller. But it's insane how fast. Like if you watch Dr. Lupo, he's just whipping through, just dropping shit, and back out into the game, and it's like the matter of seconds. Where it's like 30 seconds for someone on console to get through and get something figured out on that end. So I feel like that's the downfall for console, so spoiler alert, we're console players. We don't play on PC that often. Phoenix plays on PC more than I do. I've played on PC a couple of times in Fortnite. Fortnite's inventory management is a lot easier than most games.
I agree.
Cardboy still being toxic, downfall of consoles being a console. Wow, okay, all right. Yeah, sure.
It's toxic.
I can still do just as much in my console games that you can do in your PC games, I just don't have all the frames that you have. But my console's cheaper and runs the same games, that are built for it. So, point. I could easily buy Rainbow Six Siege for my PS4 and stream it every night, but I can't stream it on my PC because it's super taxing on the CPU. So, PC versus console, where's the win there? I don't hear one. So, back to Battle Royales. We'll just, slap Cardboy, put him in his place. I feel like that's the map to me in Blackout maybe feels so small feels so big compared to the map in Fortnite, but I'm pretty sure they're close to the same size. But with Fortnite you have the building aspects. So you can build up, and then they have you can pick up the redeploys or the launch pads and stuff, so you can launch pad to a different and maneuver and rotate a lot faster on the map than you can in Blackout, unless you get like a vehicle, which Fortnite has vehicles. They have right now they have a hoverboard, and they have a ATV that you can get in.
Yeah.
So they have ways to maneuver around the map. I think makes it a lot faster and makes the map feel not as big. But when you're traversing on foot most of the time in Blackout, it feels gigantic.
Yeah, it does.
So
and you in the vehicles in Blackout, the vehicles in Blackout are a lot louder than the vehicles in Fortnite. I feel. I don't play Fortnite that much, but I've seen people play it, and I've seen some people hear them, but it's like, and everybody hears them, but the distance that you hear them in, they're so different.
My wife just downloaded, I'm guessing, the Twitch app on our Fire TV in our bedroom, and I got an email saying that Twitch was downloaded on my TV. I got worried because it was like an Amazon email saying people bought stuff. So it got really weird. Baggy, yes. Baggy Noodle Arms. Yes, this is Studio44. This is I'm going to do a weekly podcast, rotating chair. Tonight I have Phoenix with me. And yeah, we're talking about battle royales and stuff. So we're talking about the game mode that everybody is starting to hate, but also lots of people still love. But yeah, I mean, what worries me is with Firestorm is that it's just going to be so big that they have to have some way, or they have to have figured out some way to traverse and rotate on this map super fast.
Mm-hmm. So
check your DMs, Car. But yeah, that's what I'm worried about, is that.
Not only that, but what I'm looking at is look at the size of the downloads now, and you look at the size of downloads for the bigger games. Call of Duty has basically the biggest download so far on my system.
Mm-hmm.
So what is going to happen with Battlefield 5? How big is that download going to be, and how is that going to persuade people not to want to get it because they know they're going to have to uninstall so many games?
Right. Well, I mean, so you could also say that with, okay, but then look at Division. Division is a 90, yeah,
that's true.
A 90 gig game that I had to clear out space on my 2 terabyte hard drive to get. I mean, it's not just games like Call of Duty that are getting big. It's every game is huge, and that's what happens. That's why, yes, you hear a washing machine. You do. It is true. You hear that? It's actually a dryer. The washing machine is not going right now. Every game is getting that big, but that's what happens with all the graphical enhancements, all the lighting and stuff like that. So I mean, I could deep dive into that with all the game design stuff, but it's that's why the game is so big, and that's why games are getting bigger, because they're yes, you have a bigger map, but most games, when it comes to a map, is that they're procedurally generated as you get to a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
So the map is not always fully loaded in. That's why sometimes you'll see where you don't, you have a little bit of a texture issue, in some areas, because they're procedurally loading that in, so it's not just bogging down your system all of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what worries. But I'm excited to see. Yeah, newer games have a cone. Some of the newer games are kind of trying to get away from the cone, to where they're not as taxing on the system, even if the map is loaded in all of the way. Yep, it's the cone vision, to where only the cone is rendered. Yep. So yeah, that's what worries me, but I'm super excited to see what Firestorm brings, because they have to. I mean, they have got a lot of competition to compete with. Especially if this is where, when it comes to Fortnite or Apex, Fortnite and Apex are free to play.
Yes.
People have an easier time picking up a game that's free to play. I felt the same way about Call of Duty, but then I also looked at it, and Blackout is going to go free to play. They could possibly release a free to play version of Blackout, because, I mean, like I'm saying, Call of Duty, you're paying for their multiplayer as well. You're not paying for, you're not specifically just paying for Blackout. So I mean, like, my comparison here would be PUBG. PUBG, you have to pay 20 to $30 to play the game, and it's all it is a battle royale. There's no other modes to it. So it's where I think, like with Battlefield and Call of Duty, I would kind of give them a pass, because you're paying for a lot more game outside of just their battle royale mode, because you have all of this plus this.
Yeah.
But I could see Blackout possibly go free to play. and them rework their battle pass again.
Speaking of battle passes, even though that's like a totally different topic, Apex just did their battle pass for today.
Mm-hmm.
Not, I get it. Not really sure how I feel about it. I'm all for it. I love the fact that they're doing it because I don't blame them. You want to make money off of your game, you got to make some profit. Everybody wants the game to be successful. A lot of people are against it. I don't know why. I'm just not one that believe. I don't understand the purpose of battle passes for some games. I understand there's specific content that comes with the battle pass that you can purchase, or if you purchase a pass you get all like skins and like basic cosmetics that everybody wants because they want their character to look better than somebody else's character, or they want to be flashy, like everybody wants to be. And then there's certain characters, like Apex did a new character for theirs, but why would you throw the character in the battle pass instead of letting the character be a purchase that you can make?
The character is not part of the battle pass.
Okay, then I misread that.
You can get Octane without buying the battle pass.
Gotcha.
So the only thing that's in the battle pass is cosmetics. There's no guns. It's everything that you can unlock in through the Apex packs. Mm-hmm. It's giving more of a reason to leveling up. Mm-hmm. So you buy the battle pass and it gives you more stuff for leveling up. So instead of just every couple of levels getting one Apex pack, every level you're getting something. So it's a little bit more rewarding if you spend $9.50 for it. So I mean it's $10 to get the base battle pass, or you can spend $24 or $28, something like that, to get the battle pass where you get to essentially pay to skip 28 tiers. So 28 levels, you don't have to worry about grinding those levels out. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I'll be honest though, I watched Lupo's VOD on the Apex Battle Pass because he had a hashtag ad for it, and I'm not very impressed with what the skins are, and I'm not. It doesn't look like there's great content inside of the battle pass. So I mean, I'll pay the $9 for it, but I'm not gonna go. I mean, just to to get it and just to see what it's like. But I'm not. Like Noodles isn't impressed. Car is saying that it was poorly implemented, but it's got an incredible value to it. I mean, it does. It gives you more replayability to a battle royale. It gives you a reason to play something and and level up and stuff like that. Right, if you play a ton. So, but you could always skip 28 tiers, and then you don't have to play as much.
Let's see why. Now, this is my question. Then, why are companies so focused on doing battle passes?
Well, with the
is it just to show a surge in their profit, or is it like they want to keep putting content out?
So it gives them an easier way to put content out if they do what they're essentially copying Fortnite's battle pass.
So yeah, that's what I knew immediately.
So Fortnite releases, and this is their season 1. It's the season of the frontier or the wild frontier or something like that. Mm-hmm. So Fortnite releases a season every 6 or 7 months or something like that. Like it's fairly quick. I think there's only like 10 weeks or something. It's like every 10 weeks or 12 weeks that they release a new season.
That's wow.
So, and like they, it's just they progress so much. I think they're on like season 8 right now. So I mean, they're it's to like I said, give people a reason to level up and to play your game more and keep coming back because hey, I want to grind out my challenges. I want to unlock this gear. I want to get to this level. Just like Call of Duty has their battle pass. And what I hate about Call of Duty is locking guns inside of the battle pass.
Yeah. And that's not right.
And I don't like that. I don't like to have to grind out to level 50 to unlock the new gun and then 100 to unlock the second new gun. To me, I don't like it.
I don't like that either. I don't go. We all know I recently got into Siege. That is the only game. I wouldn't call it a battle pass. They call it a year pass just to make it different. I bought the year pass from them because it gave me both the operators, their guns, and whatever else I wanted. So I'm okay with passes like that. But I'm okay with the pass if you also don't have to spend actual money on it, and you can use in-game currency to unlock what somebody's spending money on. You just have to work a lot harder.
Yeah, and that's where Fortnite is slightly different than Apex. Apex, I don't know if there's a way to unlock Apex coins or get Apex coins in game. I think you have to purchase them no matter what.
Yeah, I think you do.
Fortnite is slightly different. You can unlock different levels of different levels. You unlock like 500. They call it VC, I think, or something like that. So that you unlock 500 coins. Fortnite, they're Fortnite coins, and then you can use those to either purchase levels or save them up for the next battle pass. Okay. So you can actually use the Fortnite currency that you unlock to buy your next battle pass, or I don't have to buy this many coins. I don't have to buy this many coins to get the battle pass. So it's a $5 battle pass instead of 10. Essentially, is the way that Fortnite does it.
Right.
So Apex, I mean, their battle pass, I'm a little iffy about. I'm gonna try it out for the first season and see if it's if I find out that it's worth it. But I mean, you get certain Apex packs from it, like so the loot boxes or whatever. You get certain loot boxes from it that are guaranteed to be rare or guaranteed to be legendary, or and stuff like so you get certain Apex packs for it that you're going to get a purple or a gold or a blue. You may also have to factor in the game that there's no marketing whatsoever when launched. EA never expected this to blow up. The battle pass could have suffered from the rush response from them. The next one seems more valuable to players. Yeah, I think I would agree. The marketing with Apex, there was none. It was, hey, we're announcing this and it's ready to go. Here you go, you can play it.
Yeah.
And so this battle pass was like, they were like, hey, we want battle, all the players, we want a battle pass. We want a battle pass that's just like Fortnite. People were asking for it. I mean, people wanted something to, a reason to grind the game, essentially.
Yeah.
So I agree with Coco that they probably rushed this, and they rushed it, but they also delayed it a couple of times because I think they were at a point where they were like, it's not that great. We need to still fix something.
There's things that we need to add in.
Right. So they delayed it multiple times, but because they're like, it was supposed to come out like at the beginning of March. It came out March 19th.
That's right. I did remember reading something about that. It made sense to me for them to do that, and I think they played it smart in a way too, because of how they did. Apex released guns first, and then all of a sudden you heard about the battle pass. So I think the guns were like, "Hey, battle pass isn't ready, but here's some guns."
Right. Yeah. So
I think that was very smart because you made up for it. You bought yourself some time because people were pacified with it because they're like, all right, game's been out for a while. Where's my next game?
Right. So the only thing that I think the battle pass is gonna do is like you can't not buy the battle pass and then get the skins that are inside the battle pass. You have to buy the battle pass to get those skins. So that's I mean, that's the one point to where it's like I still agree with their statement that they're you can't buy anything that'll help you win the game. It's only purely cosmetic.
Yeah, and I love that. I like the fact that you have it set up that way. You don't want to make it to where people feel like you have to actually spend money to win.
Right. So and go back to Call of Duty's battle pass. Call of Duty, you could buy the 100 tiers right as the first day that it drops. And then you have the gun while other people have to grind out for those new guns.
Yeah.
So if those new guns are overpowered and, are just super powerful guns.
And you got people getting wrecked.
Right. You're whooping ass while everybody else is like, I don't understand how he's killing me. Kind of like how I play all the time. I never understand how I die. It's always the lag, chat. It's always the lag.
And it's not just that; it's the fact that you're right. It's why would you? Are you? And this is just my mindset towards it mainly because I'm literally in school for some of this crap. Is your mindset focused on it just so that you can make more profit off of it? Or do you think that it's easier just to go ahead and do it so that people can get what they want immediately instead of actually working for it?
It's so, because I mean, with the battle passes, it's so they can make a profit and people can get that instant gratification if they want to. It's, you know, they want their game to be just as profitable as, and I mean, it may or may not be just as profitable as Fortnite. They want this to be their cash cow. I've been saying it since it released. This is Respawn's saving grace, since Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2 kind of failed, which Titanfall 2 was on them because they released it in between Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 1. So they kind of, I mean, they honestly kind of fucked Titanfall 2. And that, you know, that was on Respawn not saying, hey, we'll take a step back. We'll release this a couple months later than what these two. We'll let Call of Duty and Battlefield kind of burn their fuse a little bit, and then we'll release Titanfall 2, give people a fresh, you know, new first-person shooter to play. And they didn't do that. They released it in between two giants and got fucked for it. So I really think this is Respawn's saving grace to be able to say, all right, we made you this much money, EA. Let us make Titanfall 3. I really think that's what they're going to try to do with this.
That makes sense.
They're going to leave a small team to help sustain Apex. I mean, because Respawn's got two different teams. I think one team right now is making a Star Wars game. So they're going to split their one team that made Apex. They're going to split it in half. Half that team is going to start Titanfall 3, start the development, while the other half sustains Apex. And then once the team that is done with the Star Wars game, if the Star Wars game doesn't get canceled, because Disney just actually revived Lucas Games. So
didn't Disney also buy a portion of... Hold on, let me not speak poorly. Let me look it up. I don't want to misspeak. Because Star Wars originally came from was already if I can speak words clearly. Star Wars originally came the shows were shown on what, Fox or something first? I don't remember.
The shows, like the TV shows?
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea.
Because and the only reason I say is because I've noticed that they've been doing a lot of stuff lately, and I'm curious of how things are going to work out with that. Like Disney and Fox are doing a merger, so Disney basically owns Fox. So I'm curious of what else they're doing to bring back some of the stuff that.
So with the Star Wars stuff, the Star Wars stuff was always Lucasfilms and Lucas Games. George Lucas had his own two studios, one for games and one for films. Disney bought Star Wars for like $4 billion or more from George Lucas. So Disney owns, I think, like Rebels and stuff like that has always been on Disney, from what I remember, like Disney XD.
Yeah, Disney XD. They have Star Wars Rebels. I remember that because it still comes on to this day. Yeah,
well, and they had like Clone Wars too. I think they did Clone Wars with Anakin and stuff like that. So Disney shut down all, like, they had, what was it? They had the little figure game, Disney Infinity.
Disney Infinity, because I have that. I love that game. I'm not gonna lie.
They shut it down. They shut down the studios that made it. They shut down Lucas Games. They're now reviving Lucas Games to start building a Star Wars game because EA has a contract with Disney to do Star Wars games, but EA has also canceled a shit ton of Star Wars games after Battlefront 2. Which
I wonder why they did that.
We'll segue into: do you think Battlefront 2 should have a battle royale game?
No.
Or battle royale mode?
No. And the only reason I say that is because I don't like when games or people basically just do something just because they see it's popular.
I would understand. I understand your thought process because Brizzle and I talked about this a couple days ago with Wildlands and Division. But with Battlefront 2, do you think if they pushed out, you may hate it, but it makes money. Exactly. With with Battlefront 2, do you think it would save the game if they did it properly? If they pushed out, because I mean, you look at Fortnite. Fortnite was a PvE game off the bat. $40,
Right.
buy this game, save the world. In 3 months, they made Fortnite Battle Royale.
Right.
And they saved Fortnite. People still play Fortnite Save the World. I don't. I didn't like it at all. I don't like the I don't like the PvE content. I don't.
What is that? I've done that. I've heard of it.
It's
like what?
It's just
what
you just build like fortresses and fight zombies.
Okay, that's boring.
Yeah, it's not fun. But do you think if they did a battle pass and a battle royale inside of Battlefront, that it could honestly maybe save the game? I mean,
I'm gonna go 50-50 with it.
I mean, who doesn't want to do a battle royale where you get to pick up random blasters from the Star Wars universe and fight people?
I'm going to go 50-50 with it. I'm going to stay 50-50 with it for like small reasons. Like it may save it. The only reason I say that is because if you look at it, one you're going to have all the people that already are into Star Wars going directly for the game. You know, without a doubt, they're going to immediately jump at it. They see it, they like it, they want it, they got to have it. And then you got those that are Star Wars. I don't like the term that people use, so I'm not going to use that. People that are Star Wars fanatics,
right? So
and
there's
have to have it.
There's a YouTube video from Star Wars HQ that was posted yesterday, and Battle Royale mode prototyped.
Prototype. I'm looking at your stream and I see it.
New details and updates.
So I mean, I think it may save the game. I got a feeling they're doing it just to save the game, which is not bad. I'm not against it 100%. I'm completely for attempting to save games. There's a lot of games that I wish would have attempted to save their games. There are a lot of games that are out now, or not even now, that were out years ago. Like I'm going to go back and I'm going to pull out one that I freaking loved, which was the X-Men games that were on like GameCube and PS4, not PS4, PS3, I think it was. They had game modes in there that were player PvE or PvP, where you could pick your person and you would have to, battle whatever. I think if they would have done something and made that more of a PvP, or not a PvP, like a battle royale somewhat, I think just because of what they could have done in it, it can save it.
Well, and that's a YouTube video that's not directly from EA, so it could be just all speculation as well.
Yeah, and sometimes and I'm okay with speculation. I'm not gonna lie, I love speculation. When it comes to games, let me not just say I love speculation. When it comes to games and stuff like that, I love speculation in regards to that, mainly because it gives you that hope for a game, and it speculation is basically prove to companies or businesses or that are producing these games that there is a strong possibility that you're going to have somebody that wants your game.
Right.
So you're not wasting your time developing it. You have all these people making videos that are popping up on YouTube and everywhere. People that are talking about it on Twitter. They're like, you know what? Yeah, I like this game. I want it. Let's keep looking at it. Let's see how many views this game has. And if it has the right amount of views, we should go ahead and do a test. After you do the test, if it seems like it's going to work at the time that we release it, then we're going to go ahead and release the whole game.
Right. So I just pulled up this, because I Googled Battlefront 2 Battle Royale. There's an IGN article that says 8 huge games that could get a Battle Royale mode. So let's just kind of go through these and see if we think they should or not. Because there's some of them that I just don't think they should. So Battlefront 2, I think it should. I think you could have, you could easily have different, there's a countless ability to make different clone troopers. You could even have different Jedis that you can play as if you want, but you have to pick up guns. You could pick up a lightsaber, and a lightsaber might be a one-hit kill, but you only have so much ammo with it, and you got to be careful. There's endless possibilities that they could do with it.
That's true, and I agree with it. Lightsabers, blasters, I'm game for it. I think that'll be good. So
let's look at Dark Souls 3. And I know this one will ring home with Car 6 and Coco watches Car 6, so it'll probably ring home with him. Cardboy, if he's still here. They all watch these games and play these games. I've never played Dark Souls. I've never been a huge fan of Dark Souls, so I've always just stayed away from it. But I don't understand, or even, I could fathom seeing how Dark Souls could do a battle royale, but I don't think it would be great. Because
that makes sense.
It would be all like up close, and other than like you could get a bow and arrow, maybe. It just seems like it would be a weird battle royale in my opinion. Which
is understandable, though. I don't blame you. I've never played Dark Souls, so I can't say yes or no to it.
Right, I can't either. I'm just from what I've seen be played of it, I don't know how it would fit in, and Car 6 would be a 10 times better person to fill in how that may work. Or he may just shut it down and be like, I don't even want to talk about that. That sounds stupid.
Okay.
The next one, I agree, would also sound stupid. Assassin's Creed Origins.
I'm actually not going to say that sounds stupid.
I don't know how Assassin's Creed Origins or Odyssey, because I would actually, if I was going to pick an Assassin's Creed game to get a battle royale, I would pick Odyssey. I
don't blame you. I would too.
I think the world in Odyssey and the different types of boats or sea combat that you could have in a battle royale would be more enticing than Origins. Origins had a few areas of sea battle, but it pales in comparison to Odyssey.
Okay.
The only thing that Odyssey I think would lack would be like bows and arrows, because I don't remember there being one in that game. It was more like up close and personal battle.
That makes sense. What? And the reason I said I'm game for it, if you go back to when Assassin's Creed first came out and they had their online mode.
I never played it.
You never played it? Oh
no,
my god!
I played Assassin's Creed just for the story.
So I played both versions because I loved it. When it first came out, I loved the game. But they had game modes online. I'm gonna have to look it up because it was, I loved it. You basically got to pick between like 7 or 8 assassins. I think I may be giving too many assassins, but I'm just like recapping all the Assassin's Creed that I played that had the mode.
The only Assassin's Creed that I played online was Unity, and that was because you could actually play the story missions
with your friends.
With friends, and then it was done poorly. They fucked it. They fucked Unity.
I never played that one. A lot of people told me not to get it because it was fucked that bad too.
Yeah, Unity could have been so amazing if they would have done it right. If you could go into an Assassin's Creed world and have multiple assassins doing the same mission, being able to just figure out different ways to go about it, I think it would be awesome. There was a long time ago when I first started streaming that I was like, what if there was a battle royale that was nothing but melee weapons? Like,
that would be interesting.
Like, and my thought process was a battle royale set in the universe of Highlander.
Okay.
So your backstory, you're all immortals. You get dropped onto this map, and this is it. There can only be one. There's not. You could do. Because they teamed up. Connor McLeod and Duncan McLeod teamed up in the movies, so you could easily do. Where you could have duos or squads, so you could still have a team aspect to it, but you could also have that solo mode where it's like you have be you are the one. There can only be one. That's solo to me would be the big one, the big selling point to that if you could do it right.
That's true.
But it would be very difficult to, I think, to make. So scrolling down further here, The Division. I already know how Brizzle would answer this because we talked about this. He would say, "Fuck that, I don't want it." Because I brought it up to him, and this one's in this list too. Tom Clancy Ghost Recon Wildlands. Because we were playing Wildlands before Division 2 released, and I was like, "Man, this would be awesome if they did a battle royale mode in this." And he was like, "No." He goes, "Not every game needs a battle royale mode." I was like, "Right, but the game, like, they're not releasing any more DLCs for it. They're pretty much just, it's on life support. They're not, they're just releasing updates here and there to fix a few bugs here and there. Like, a battle royale mode could honestly bring life back to that game. And why wouldn't you want it to, in my eyes? Because they haven't announced a Wildlands 2. We don't know if that's coming out, and if it does come out, it's not coming out for another couple of years.
Right.
So, I mean, if they can bring a battle royale to it and bring life back to Wildlands and have a battle royale set in that world, I mean, their map's already fucking massive. But just it could gain so much traction there.
I agree.
And I think, because Brizzle doesn't play the PvP or go into the Dark Zone, and he never did in the Division.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he told me. He never went into the Dark Zone. He only ever did the story stuff and like the side missions. And I was like, it's, if you look at the way I look at the Division's Dark Zone, if you want to look at it this way, is it's already somewhat a battle royale. You're going around the world trying to find guns. You go into this certain area, and this is where you get to fight. There's no storm that rolls in that takes damage for you. But I mean, you wipe out the PvE characters out of the Dark Zone. It's a battle royale mode. And then you just, you can unlock certain loot from different crates and stuff. And then if you can extract it in time, you get to keep it. Because that's essentially what Division Dark Zone is. It's a very low tier, low level first battle royale that if you lose your shit, you lose your shit. You don't get to get it back.
Yeah.
And it's just the shit that you collect in the Dark Zone, so it's not like you're losing your actual gear that you have on your character, because that I would think would piss anybody off, and would piss me off as well. Because I grinded for the fucking exotics. Don't take the exotics away from me. Like, if it's a contaminated exotic that I'm getting from the Dark Zone, sure, take it, but don't take the other stuff away from me. This one I don't understand, but I don't play, and I've never really played Metal Gear games, but Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid 5, they're saying that this could get a battle royale. The only reason I could think that this would get a battle royale would be because of Metal Gear Solid Survive, or Metal Gear Survive. And that's what they're actually saying, is that there could be a battle royale implementation in Metal Gear Survive.
Okay.
But it just seems weird. That's just because I've never played it. I heard Survive's actually not that bad. So I would have to see what it would look like and what their plans would be for it. And then I can honestly see this one, State of Decay 2, to save the game, put a battle royale in it.
And that's pretty much what the concept is now. Save a game, make it a battle royale, and everybody will play it.
It's the thing about like with State of Decay is that it failed as a game.
It did.
So when it comes to this, like if you can make it into a battle royale and make money, the studio. To me, it's smart on the studio's part to do it. Because you're making yourself look profitable, even though your game initially failed. That's what Respawn did with Apex.
Yeah.
And Respawn's getting a lot of love for it, except for with the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass is there. I think people are on the fence with it, which is understandable.
Yeah, it is.
The last game on here that I don't know and I don't understand how it would even be implemented is Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Okay, I can to a point. So I would have to look up the characters that are in it, but I totally get it. I can see why they would do that. I think it actually would be a good one.
And this is just coming from my lack of, I have no knowledge of Switch.
Like, so you have all, you can basically throw in Zelda, Link, Sheik, anybody else that it could be included in a Zelda game, basically.
Right.
And you can do everything on there.
Right.
You get, they have certain characters have certain weapons that they use. So Zelda would have like a bow and arrow, a sword. Link could have a sword, bow and arrow. And then other characters have all those things, but everybody should be able to use almost every gun, every weapon to an extent.
Okay. So, okay, I know this cuts into your territory a ton. What do you think about putting a battle royale into Overwatch?
I don't think it would work, to be honest with you.
Not so much to save the game,
not to say no,
but to,
I don't think,
but to stop layoffs in Blizzard, right?
Right.
To make money and stop layoffs. So it's not to save the game. We're not looking to save the game at all.
We're just looking to add more content to it, basically.
Right, and bring in a different audience into the world, right?
I don't think that it will work. Just for the simple fact of each character has developed their own sets of skills and abilities, and their weapon, it goes with their set of skill and abilities. Okay. That if you break that, you're kind of destroying the game. Okay,
right. I agree with you, but you could also, say they put in basic weapons, right? Just basic tier guns that don't matter. Make it essentially like Fortnite guns. Just you have an AR, you have a sniper, you have a shotgun, right?
But then there you're still killing the game because the game is basically about the ability.
Look at Apex though.
No, I get it. Apex though only has 1-2 abilities that are actually usable. So like Lifeline has her care package, or not her care, like that. Her care package is her ultimate, but she also has a little bot. I don't know what the bot's called. But in Overwatch, let's go ahead and pull Mercy out. Mercy has her ult, which is Valkyrie, which ultimately gives her more ability, so she can do chain healing, chain damage boosting.
Okay, that's her ultimate.
That's in there, and that's not something that you can use frequently. It's another ability that's used in the game that has a cooldown. Right. And then you have there's another one that she has in there. That's because I'm not playing that. I don't know the list of abilities. Give me 1 second. I don't want Wikipedia. There we go. Oh, so no, one of her passive abilities is Angelic Descent. So she can basically glide down to wherever she needs to go. Guardian Angel, she can fly away and get away from situations that may either harm her, or she can just get to somebody quicker so that she can heal them. So I totally can get a different vibe from Overwatch than I do Apex. Like I see where you're coming from with it. But I think the abilities are what truly makes this game different, because there are so many different abilities.
But there's so many different. So you add an extra button for abilities inside of Overwatch Battle Royale, right? Just throw, so you have you have 2 abilities in your ultimate, right? Essentially.
Okay.
Right, because I play Reaper the most, or Ashe, right? Ashe, you have the dynamite, you have the shotgun. They both have cooldowns, and then you have your ultimate of Bob. So so if you're looking at Apex, right? Lifeline has the healing drone and her supply drop,
Mm-hmm.
So you're adding in a third button for a third ability that's going to have a cooldown just like your other one. I mean, and they have they also have passive abilities in Apex too, like what's her nuts, Wraith.
What's her nuts?
If she gets aimed at, it
she gets that sensor.
Yeah, somebody the voice in her head says somebody's aiming at you, and then Bangalore, when she's getting shot at, she gets a little bit of a speed boost for like 3 or 4 seconds or something like that. So I mean, passive abilities are already in Apex, along with an ability and an ultimate. So I mean, you're adding one ability, and on top of, the only thing like, so with, say you're taking Reaper or Ash, right? Ash, you could she just wouldn't have her normal carbine rifle.
Mm-hmm.
You would pick up guns that would be in place of that, and then you would have your shotgun and your dynamite.
Okay, so if you put it that way, I can to an extent see Fortnite, see Overwatch as a battle royale. To an extent, there are some characters though that you can't absolutely throw in there. For example, Doomfist.
Are we talking about hypothetical Overwatch battle royale? Yes, we are. War on Thursday. Hypothetical battle royale inside of Overwatch. Is it possible? Does it make sense? Would it be smart for Blizzard to do it to make money and stop layoffs?
And see, what I don't understand is how come they can't do it and stop layoffs already as it is? Because if you look at, let me just go to their webpage, not their webpage, but to their thingamaboodle. Their Twitch now. Where is it? Show more. And I'm tired of looking, so let's just go home and Google it. All right, so I click on the Overwatch League channel. They have, and it's not just the Overwatch League that you have, they have Overwatch contenders, and they have them in different places. Overwatch League has over 1 million followers, it looks like. Mine, for some reason, is cut off, so I can barely see the last set of numbers. I can see like the first is 11419, and that's it. So I can't really see the last set of numbers that I got a feeling is there. Mm-hmm. They have over 2,166 videos. With what you have going on there, why can't you produce more for digital content? Let's say, like, I know you have not everybody needs to be put on making the game, but you need people put on looking at bugs. You have people, they can seriously do something about the toxicity with the people that they have. Because the toxicity in Overwatch is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree, because I've seen it in other channels, and that's why I don't do voice chat in Overwatch. I don't talk to other players because I don't want to risk that for myself. So what I'm looking at here, and War on Thursday saying Bob Kraft owns a Overwatch League team. OWL is a serious business and serious money, which makes sense. I'm not surprised by that at all.
Yeah, it is.
But right here, so Jeff Kaplan would love to make an Overwatch Battle Royale mode.
See, I guess it's just because I'm in that mindset of how Overwatch is now. I can't fully see it because I'm wrapped around how the game already is.
Hold on. So a lot of the times when I hear some of the fans pitch it, they're like, "Oh, just put a card in the arcade one day that is Battle Royale mode," and I'm like, "Fuck, that would be awesome." Overwatch director Jeff Kaplan told Kotaku, but there's a lot of design and tech work that work to get us to that place and not just feel like a Me Too game. Which, I mean, so it's not, he's saying it would be very difficult because there's another, he was talking to PCGamer.com there, and he told Kotaku, says Overwatch Battle Royale mode would be tricky to make. So, I mean, it's not that they haven't thought about it or talked about it, they just don't know how they would do it.
How they would implement it. See, that's why, and I guess that's my mindset, is I can't see how they would do it. I can't see how they would implement that in there, and I got a feeling they can't see that because they have such a huge following on it already. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling that a lot of people, I'm not going to stop playing a game just because they incorporate something else, but a lot of people are going to go, oh, you're just trying to follow the trend, I'm done with you.
Right. So let's put it this way. War on Thursday is making a great point here. They could do an Overwatch battle royale or a battle royale game in the world of Overwatch, but
I'm game for that.
But not use the existing Overwatch characters.
And I was actually going to make that comment earlier too, because you can't. The characters and their weapons are fit for the characters and their weapons. So basically, running around picking up somebody else's weapon with another character, that's kind of like, it doesn't feel right to me. And to a lot of people, I think it would. But I agree with him. If you throw me in Blizzard World with a character that I can basically customize or whatever I wanted to do with that character, and I can pick up a gun and I can somewhat mimic but not really copy their abilities fully, I'm game for a battle royale like that.
So this is okay. So just spitballing here, and he says, which is exactly what Apex did, because Apex did do it with Apex is set in the world of Titanfall, but doesn't use Titans or wall running. So what I'm thinking here, talking about Overwatch, and like somebody said, put a card in the arcade machine, right? What if in Overwatch, generic characters, right, and then different skins for them or whatever? What if you could pick up random cards? Like you could find a Reaper card, and your ultimate would be a Reaper's ultimate.
That's totally badass. And
then you could, so that, you're running around, you're like, oh, I got this, here's this, you got a Reinhardt ultimate, that's the card I have in my inventory. That's my ultimate. It recharges, but you have, it coincides the world of Overwatch. So you have aspects of Overwatch in it, but you don't have those characters. You just like
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So I actually like that idea a lot. That would be like the character, but the only thing I wouldn't, and it's just my mindset on it, only thing I wouldn't do with that is if you run over a card, you pick it up, you get that ability, you now have to go find another card. That way you're not basically, not everybody picks up the exact same card either, because you don't want everybody to run around with a Reaper ability and all of a sudden everybody uses a Reaper all in the middle of the field against each other, and it's like who's got the biggest balls.
Right, yeah, it would be a one-time use. Like if you traded out the cards, that card is destroyed. I mean, that card, you could easily do it where that card is just destroyed, or say it's a battle royale, you pick an ultimate card, and that's that's your ultimate. Because you could also do it as like where you don't find the card in the game, you could pick your card before the match even starts. Like, hey, now I want to do, but I mean, you're gonna run into that same thing then. That's where it would be difficult. But you could do it like how Call of Duty does it or Overwatch does it, where you can only have one character on your team, right? So the only way that you can't stop it is if you go into solo mode. Say hello to my little friend.
See, now what if they did it? So and the only reason I'm spelling like this is because when you're like the way you're talking about it is pulling up like multiple ideas in my head. So like instead of them running and they all of a sudden get the let's say they pick up the card, and that card that they picks up, when they use it, it swaps places with them. They then become the person that they were, the card that they pick up, and as they're using the ability, they don't keep the person, they just utilize that ability.
Right.
And all of a sudden that person goes away.
1 second. Cyberpunk with the host of 15 viewers. Holy shit, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. That was to say hello to my little friend, but,
Hello. Is it me you're looking for?
What's going on, guys? Never had views. What's going on, buddy? If you got it, throw them up. Got what? What do you want me to throw up? Oh. The dog. What is this dog saying? The salute. Gotcha. I don't have it. Fuck. So, Cyber, anybody from Cyber's channel, never had views. This is my inaugural episode 1 of Studio44. We're talking about battle royale games, the state that some of them are in, maybe games that could benefit or possibly not benefit from a battle royale. Does it fit? Would it fit? Does it not fit? right now we're talking about Overwatch having a battle royale and trying to figure out how we think it would work. It could work, or oh nice. Guess I'm gonna be lurking. Hey, never. I get it, man. If it's not your cup of tea, not your cup of tea, buddy. Just trying to change it up for the night. So, yeah. I mean, I honestly think that you could really go. I mean, go either way with it. It's. I mean, I'm not saying it does. You know, like Brizzle would tell you, not every game needs a battle royale. But I just look at from Arbiter3213. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I'll be chatting randomly often until I get tired. No worries. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Have any ideas, throw them out there. We are very open to any of that. I also need to do this. Shout out for this man right here. Maybe if I can copy and paste. There we go. Because I sure as hell ain't typing all that out. If anybody here that didn't come with Cyber is a really good friend. I met him through Car 6. If you don't follow him, go show him some love, give him a follow. He's good people. I enjoy talking with him. He's really into Darkest Dungeon and other games, but he's just really cool to talk to. He likes Spellbreak. Spellbreak is a new battle royale game with wizards. Bold to assume that I am a man. I've seen your fucking stream. I know you're a man. I only play games that cause me sadness. Hey, most of us do. I'm a trash can, so I get it.
Don, you are not a trash can.
So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think I look at the way that I look at everything when it comes to, with battle royales being so popular, could they benefit a game? That's what I was about to say. There's not a lot of battle royale games set in fantasy universes. Exactly. So I mean, do we need? We're getting Battlefield 5 Firestorm. We have Call of Duty Blackout. We have PUBG. We had H1Z1. All very realistic battle royale games, right? Very, like this looks like an actual person. Fortnite, very cartoonish. Which turns a lot of people off. And then now you have Spellbreak that has come out that is, to me, just as cartoonish. Kind of has Breath of the Wild Zelda graphic look to it. And is it's essentially Harry Potter meets Infinity Gauntlet Battle Royale. They had so much and keep changing it with ease. Exactly. That's what has kept Fortnite going, is that they're not ground to realistic standards to where they can just do whatever they want.
I would be totally game for a Final Fantasy Battle Royale.
How would that work though? I don't know. I've never played Final Fantasy. To me, Final Fantasy is a turn-based game, so I don't know how a turn-based game would work in Battle Royale.
So it's a turn-based game, but there are some that aren't turn-based games. So like I play a lot of Final Fantasy Dissidia.
Okay.
And that was not turn-based, but they can basically compile all of the heroes and villains, because that's basically what Dissidia is. It's a mixture of all the heroes and the villains. Throw them all in one game. You get to pick which one you want to play as, and you can run around and pick up whatever weapon from whatever world that they were in. I don't know how they will do the weapon system, because the weapon system isn't really what made the game. It's the abilities that they've got from for some of them, for some Final Fantasy. I mean, I say for all, but for some, some people can summon, some people can't, so that won't be a little iffy. But they could work that out to make it where you can play as whatever hero you wanted and make it a decent battle royale, I think.
I mean, and that would be 100% possible. I've never played Final Fantasy, so I don't know. I would never know.
That's understandable.
The only reason I never played Final Fantasy is because I don't like turn-based games.
You don't like turn-based games. I remember you saying that you and your brother don't like turn-based games.
Might be the balance. Well, so never said feels like the problem might be the balance, because with all competitive games, the balance is what makes it and breaks it. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, but if all of the guns or all of the swords are the same, there's no, what's there's a good balance in Apex Legends. People love it. But I mean, if you made Final Fantasy where it's just the character skins, or you get to select a character, I mean, you could all be Cloud if you wanted to. Who gives a fuck? And then you could have an AR. This person could have a shotgun. It would depend on the balancing of the guns, more or less, not the balancing of the characters.
I can get that.
Yeah, I mean, in war, yes, melee would make it more chaotic, but it would be something that not many battle royales have ever done. No, is any game ever perfectly balanced though? I mean, in Cars said it would be fine. It won't be perfectly balanced, and that's fine. Would just be Shiva. No lack of balance is healthy in a lot of games. I agree with you on that point. Overbalancing Overwatch is really boring. Phoenix is gonna fight you on that one, Car. Do you feel like they overbalance Overwatch, Phoenix?
No. And the only reason I said it is because as of like right now, there are some characters that they need to fix so that they can balance it.
Right.
Did I just type this is true?
So, War, Cardboy, Arbiter. Like I was saying earlier, I think it would be really awesome if they did make a battle royale, even just tried, like just prototyped it and made it free to play, like just a beta or something. Nothing that you're just to see if it would work. And my idea, because I had this idea a long time ago when I first started playing Fortnite, was do a battle royale in the world of Highlander, and where you could still have team based, or just run solo. One half of the battle royale is the ability to change your kit as you explore and pick up gear. Chivalry or For Honor don't really have that.
What is Chivalry? I've never heard of that game.
I have never heard of it either.
Let me look it up.
It looks like it's like a medieval battle royale.
Oh, splendid. Yeah, it does.
Never heard of it.
Oh, it's because it's on Steam. Oh, it's on PlayStation 4.
Is it?
Yeah, it says platforms PS4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, and Steam.
How much does it cost on PS4?
Let me a second, and I will find out.
It was released in December of 2015.
Mm-hmm.
What? Wait a minute.
Why Chivalry Medieval? By download? Hello?
So,
unable to find this page. There we go. $4.99. Oh no, that's not it. That's something else.
A battle royale game with no ranged combat would be chaos. Well, I mean, so if it's medieval, you could have bows and arrows. You don't have to be. It doesn't have to be completely non. I download. Unable to find page. Evidently, Chivalry does not exist on PS4 anymore.
Yeah, it's not, because when I typed it in, it brought me directly to Payday because my system is still on.
Huh, weird. They just got rid of it? Weird. Also, it's not a proper battle royale because you're stuck with one kit when you start. You pick your class, right? So isn't that? I mean, that's not the same way, but you pick a class inside of what's the name of it? Realm Royale. You pick a class and you only have a certain set of you can pick up different weapons that are open to everybody, but you can't. You can only like your own like the special weapons and the legendary weapons are certain to that class. And like some of the armor pieces and stuff like that is a MOBA that they shoehorn into a battle royale. It kind of works, I guess. I mean, yeah, it just depends on how you do it and if you do it right. I mean, it's with any game. If you do it right, it's gonna work. You know, it could work, it could not work. It's a gambling for any type of game like that. But like, I mean, how the fuck does Tetris 99 work?
Tetris 99 is basically a big ass clusterfuck. You have to, it's you and 99 other people, you and 98 other people. I'm sorry, and you get to pick who you want your once you create your matches and you get your numbers and whatever, who you send your bullshit over to, and multiple people can select that same person or whatever. It's basically just pure chaos. I'm not gonna lie.
So let's see. The war saying that WoW will copy Black Desert Online and pull out a battle royale mode in WoW. I mean, I could see WoW having, I guess, a battle royale because they're just, I mean, other than having like, you would just want a lot of the exotics, you would just have generic guns. And then exotics would be a rare drop, a very rare drop. Tetris, but with bowling. Oh. Don, there's gonna be Captain Marvel talk happening. Yes, there is. Next, I gotta schedule it with my the guest hosts, but yes, we're gonna do a full comic book episode. So don't worry about that, Cyber. Realm Royale died from too much balancing. I heard at one point you could queue unless you had a full squad of 4 pre-made. Tetris 99 is fucking lit. Touch it with choosing class, their gear, skills, and have RNG. It's like Tetris, but Bubble Double or Bubble Bobble.
What's Bubble Bobble?
Bubble Bobble? I don't know what Bubble Bobble is. I'm guessing a game that he's played in the past because he's old. I'm just asking because Car mentioned it would be happening today. Oh, it's not happening today. We're talking about the movie. Oh, if it didn't happen on Car stream, I'll make it happen. Don't worry. I know they were talking about that awful Diablo Immortal game for mobile, but Diablo BR would be lit. If they made Diablo, I mean, I would love it. I would I could see Diablo being in a battle royale. I think it would be awesome. I might just hop into that comic stream. Hey, I mean, you gotta do it. Well, I'll be here. Phoenix back to when we had to play video games on Abacus. Bobble was popular. Carson, you debated me. It was my bad. I missed Don's PM this morning. All is forgiven. We square for debating each other. So yeah, I mean, Tetris 99. I hate Tetris. To be completely honest, I've never liked it. I don't hate it. I don't enjoy playing it that much to where I would want to play a battle royale against 98 other people.
It's really fun. You should do it.
I'm bad at Tetris as it is, and I fail a ton. Because my son got me for Christmas like a little arcade. It looks like a little arcade gaming box, and it's Tetris, like Game Boy Tetris essentially. And he always wants to play it when I'm playing it. He's like, "Can I play?" Like, oh, yeah, here, take it. I don't, don't give me a gift and then want it all the time. But I like Tetris to play when I'm bored and waiting for something quick. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's an easy passerby. I could see that. I don't have I can see where that would be good. Where would be a good like pass by game to, kind of occupy your brain while you're sitting and waiting for something. Because, I mean, I can see where I don't have that a ton, where I would like to have something to occupy my brain, but I don't. But to me, when I was younger, when I first was introduced to Tetris, I also like something when I'm bored and being quick. Who doesn't? I don't know what man or woman wouldn't like something when they're bored and being quick. I see your little face you put in there. Talking about masturbating. I get it. I'm not, this is a mature stream. It's okay. I always thought Tetris was just build it up to the top when I was little. Eating some chocolate? Yeah, sure. Sure you were. Yeah, I always thought Tetris was just building it straight to the top. So I never knew how to play Tetris until I was like 15. That's how much of a pleb I was. I did the same thing with Mario, Dr. Mario. I just built the pills up until they reached the top.
I did that on purpose.
I just didn't know how to play. I was like, this is what you do, right? No one ever taught me how to do it any different. So I was like, fuck it. But yeah, so from what I've heard, and I refuse to get into this game. I would love to get into PUBG, but I refuse to spend money on a battle royale game. To me, that is, at the time when Fortnite and Apex, it was right after Apex released. It finally went full release, I think, or it was a little bit before Apex was released. It went full release. But this game was in early access for fucking years, and they're like, give us $30 for it, please. Give us $30. And I'm like, no, I don't want to give you money. That's a whole different conversation. No, this is the same conversation, and we're having it. But no, I look at PUBG as with H1Z1 having essentially the same developers, or the same team behind it, essentially. Daybreak picked, the people left Daybreak and made Bluehole, or PUBG Corporation and Bluehole, but H1Z1's free, and PUBG's not. PUBG is more of a refined H1Z1, but I don't think it's worth $30. Especially when they were fucking giving it out for free to Xbox players. Yeah, hey, buy an Xbox, and you can have PUBG for free. And from everything that I heard from Xbox players was that PUBG was garbage on console, so why would I want to play it? And I don't play my PC enough to buy it on PC. And why would I want to buy it when I can play Apex for free?
That's true.
I'm surprised that PUBG doesn't go free to play. Because like Coco was saying earlier, he thinks Blackout is going to go free to play.
Why does he think Blackout's going to go free to play?
I mean, he's not here anymore, so I can't I can't tell you that. But I think, he thinks Blackout's gonna go free to play, which for any reason I could see it going free to play though. I could see the free to play business model versus pay full price up front. Right. I was watching Lupo had his birthday stream today. Lupo was like, Fortnite is the cheapest or the most expensive free game he has ever played. Because people sink hundreds to thousands of dollars into Fortnite in a single year.
Because they gotta have what they gotta have. I see people have to have certain cosmetics. They have to have
Right.
those gliders. They have to have the best looking weapon.
So, okay, look at Blackout. If they make Blackout free to play, and they still have the battle pass for it, right?
Okay, that would make sense because they're still making a ton of profit off of it.
Right. So you have Blackout. Does Blackout? I don't know. I don't think Blackout has its own battle pass inside of Call of Duty. But if they're gonna release if they released Blackout for free to play, they could easily make 2 separate battle passes.
That's true.
So when you're playing Blackout mode, you're grinding on your Blackout battle pass. When you're playing multiplayer, you're grinding out your multiplayer battle pass. They don't coincide either way. So they could easily then they do that, right? Blackout becomes free to play. Thousands of people pick it up because they're like, I don't want to pay $60 because I don't like playing Call of Duty. So they don't want to pay $60 for a battle royale, but it's free to play now. You get thousands of people to pick it up, and you're like, hey, here's the battle pass. It's $10 or whatever. If they follow the same mold, I mean, Call of Duty has and the only problem with Call of Duty is the stickers. I hate the stickers in the battle pass. There's too many of them.
I agree.
They focus more on skins than you do stickers. Stickers should be seldom. Skins should be a little bit more, or like face paints. Doesn't have to be skins, face paints. I'll be happy. Give me face paints, less stickers. Happy done. Got happy done. I'm surprised PUBG doesn't follow that business model. I'm honestly surprised they don't. I'm surprised after Fortnite was released that they didn't go, maybe we should rethink this. Maybe we should rethink this, make our game free to play, put out a battle pass, charge so much money for it. If they want to pay to skip, they can pay to skip. If they don't, they don't. This is our game, and just have it out there. I mean, Fortnite, I don't even know if Fortnite has ever left early access. It may have, but it was very low key that they never announced. As far as I know, they weren't like, hey, we're no longer in early access. It was just people still playing it. That they may have just taken off the early access tag. PUBG could do the same thing. And
I've never played that, so I can't speak on that game.
But I mean, if there's enough people like me that don't want to pay $30, I've never played PUBG. But if there's people like me that don't want to pay $30 to play a game, or they've bought it on Xbox, but now they want to play it on PC, right? But they don't want to spend another $30 to play the same game that they already own.
That's true.
So if they made it free to play, and then you could always give out a slight bonus to say, hey, you bought the game when we were still charging for it. Here's a special skin or something special just for you. Games do it all the time. Destiny 2 has done it for people. Hey, you were with us since the beta. You joined the beta. Here's this special banner for for you to have. You could easily do that. Give the perk to the people that paid the game, or give them a slew of stuff. Say, here's a crap ton of clothing to because PUBG is more of create your character and put clothes on them, like kind of like more of like a Division type character creation. So
okay,
you could also just throw, here's all of these clothes. Here's $30 worth of clothes that you would be people are never going to be able to see because you were with the game when we were still charging money for it. And then you've made up their $30, you move on.
That would actually be very smart.
And then it's free to play. People like me, people like you, we could pick up PUBG, try it. If we like it, we can still play it. I'm surprised. I mean, and like Spellbreak, I think Spellbreak is in very early access. It's like closed alpha or something like that.
Okay.
The guys in chat would be able to help. So you're saying basically what Evolve did when they fucked up. Sure, I never played Evolve, so I never followed it, so I don't know. Having a game come out free after you paid for it should give people who paid for it special stuff that isn't in game normally. Otherwise, it's just a bad move. That's what I'm saying. You get $30 worth of gear, saying, "Hey, you paid for the game, right? That this gear is exclusive." Arbiter, I'm talking to the guy in chat. Arbiter, this gear is exclusive to those people that paid for this game. No one, everybody that downloads it after it's free to play is never gonna see this gear. So all the clothes in PUBG that you get or you unlock or whatever are specific to the people that paid the $30 for the game. And like I said, make it $30 worth of exclusive clothes, or because you can't give them anything else really. So $30 worth of clothes, there you go. You paid $30. Here's your $30 back essentially. That you'll never see anybody that is free to play, or you'll see people that have this, but those people paid for the game too, and you know that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying that you would want to do with that. So Spellbreak just came out, and it's not huge, but it's so you can sign up for the alpha, so you can, I don't know if it costs anything. Oh, it does. So you can buy Founders Pack.
I think I've seen somebody stream it a little bit. I think Sori streamed it once.
Yeah.
Not Sori. Jesus. I don't remember his name, but he's in Twitch Crew.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard anybody talk about it in Twitch Crew. But I've seen Car stream it. I've seen Lupo stream it. It doesn't look like anything that would really interest me right off the bat. I would have to really kind of ease my way into it. But I mean, I think I could end up liking it. To me, it's kind of weird and would be difficult to get a hold of, because I doubt it. Guys in chat would be able to comment on this better. Does Spellbreak allow controller to use controllers on it? Evolve went from a $60 game to free to play. Yeah, I mean, I mean, to me they would have to make up for the $60 that somebody spent on it, and then give them free stuff. Or you spent $60. Here's any of the DLCs we give out. You get them for free, but these guys got to pay for them. That's what I would. I don't know how Evolve handled it, but I'm guessing that's
that would be a smart way to take care of it too.
Would be in the realm of how they handled it. But I don't know if you can use controller on this. I think it's just because it's only on PC right now, because it's just an alpha. So I mean, it makes sense that it's not on anything else. And you can sign up for the alpha if you want to. But you get to pick up different gauntlets and stuff, and different abilities. You get an earth ability, wind ability, lightning, fire, and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I've seen somebody play that. I have seen it.
Yeah. Thanks for your interest in creating Spellbreak content. I'm not interested in making content for you guys. What the fuck are you talking about? I thought creators was, hey, here's the people that created the game.
You're interested in creating content for Spellbreak.
Right. It must be like Twitch. You can, your primary channel URL. So you streamers and stuff like that. You can make content for them, and you can fill out this form. That's what that is. Makes sense. Now that I thought about it. I thought it was here's the list of creators for that made this game possible. But yeah, I mean, this game, I mean, it looks like it could be fun. It looks like it's a different take on battle royales altogether. But it's I think it's right around that different enough in that fantasy world where it works in a battle royale. and where it can, it's still in alpha, so they can really capitalize on it a ton to make it better than what it is now. And I'm not that I'm saying it's bad because I've never played it, so I don't know if it's bad or not. From what I understand, it's tough to get into.
Okay.
Any games other than the ones we talked about that you would think would benefit from a battle royale, or ones that you think would not benefit from a battle royale?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't play a huge selection of games. You know what? I want to throw it out there just because I play it a lot and I see a lot of people might not like this idea. I think Rainbow Six Siege would make a great battle royale.
Somebody actually in chat earlier said that. I skipped it because we weren't talking about that yet. We weren't talking about games. But I think Cardboy said R6 needs a battle royale. So Cardboy thinks Rainbow Six Siege would benefit from a battle royale. So I played Rainbow Six Siege very minimally. I don't know whether or not it would benefit or not. How would they do an R6 battle royale? That would be a great question for Cardboy or Car or maybe Phoenix.
I mean, because basically Black Ops. Jeez, get your stuff together, Phoenix. Basically with that game already, you there's nothing really different. They have their basic standard set of abilities, like, or not even abilities, like abilities that are specific specialties that they have. Like Doc apparently is a medic, and IQ, she can use her little gauntlet, and she can, not gauntlet, but like a little computer on her wrist, and she can look at electronics. So basically that game is just guns all over the map. You pick up a gun and you go kill somebody. They have their own special talents that they can still use. So I can see that one being a battle royale.
Yeah, I could easily see this being a battle royale. I mean, this would be one that I would think would be very easily, you would probably want to tone down how many guns there are, because there's
a lot of guns that they have, a lot of people they utilize already.
Well, right.
So,
what I'm saying is, because with the battle royale and how like War on Thursday has been kind of saying battle royales is you make your kit, you find the weapons and make your kit, right? So Rainbow Six Siege essentially would be somewhat like Black Ops, where you drop in and you got to find your guns. I mean, maybe drop them in with a pistol if you want to, be different than most battle royales. But most, like with your submachine guns, your assault rifles, your shotguns, you're gonna, people are gonna find those.
Right.
So like, I mean, I think they have enough. Like, you'd probably want to choose maybe 2 or 3 out of each category to bring in. So it would be like the most popular assault rifles. So if you choose like 3 assault rifles to bring in, like, so say you're bringing in the AK-12. I don't know what weapons are good, guys. So don't tell me, don't shame me for this. But say, you bring in the AK-12, the AR-33, and the 5.56 XI. Right, those are the 3 assault rifles they give you in the game that you can find. And then the P90, the MPS5SD, so silenced one, if just to be different, right? And then the Vector, those are your submachine guns. Shotguns, you have a one that's a pump. So you could have the M5 59A1, and then you could have the SOG 12. So you have an automatic shotgun and a pump shotgun. One that shoots a little faster, one that shoots fairly slow. Marksman rifle, choose maybe 2 of those, if you wanted, or you could just have 1. But if there's one that's more like the most powerful sniper rifle, you want to have one of those, and then kind of a weaker tier one would make sense. Kind of like what Fortnite does. They have
Yeah,
they have the heavy sniper rifle, and then they have the silent sniper rifle. So you have one that's got it's still a one shot headshot, but the heavy sniper rifle takes out walls with one shot as well.
See, now there, I would say I could see them breaking apart from doing that. Don't bring in the gun with the silencer, with whatever like that. That kind of would copy a little bit of Apex, but because you can build your gun in there with your scope, and if you want a silencer, a muzzle brake, or a extended barrel, I think they should just leave that aspect in there. You can build your own gun while you're in the game, but you got to find your gun. I mean, that's basically what most battle royales are doing now. I mean,
Right.
to be different, they should probably, I'm not sure how they can make it different. Let me not even make up something, but I think they could do something to make it a little different.
Yeah, I mean so there's both ways that you could do it. There's Fortnite is you don't build the guns. The guns are set. That's how they are. That's how you get it. PUBG, you have attachments that you can put on. Call of Duty, you have attachments you can put on. Apex, you have attachments you can put on. H1Z1 has attachments you can put on your guns. So I mean, most of them follow the build the gun with the attachments you want. So if you want an extended barrel or you want a silencer, if you got to go from there with it if you want. That's that would be the main thing with that. So my main thing with Rainbow Six is how would somebody gain health back? Because as far as I know, there's only one operative.
Only person that can do that for you is Doc. He's the only person he gets 3 shots with a stim pistol.
Right. So I mean, that would be like how would they add in a health, or like you could easily add in like I know there's it Rook, I believe, drops down a bag full of like bullet, the vests or whatever, like extra armor.
Yeah.
You could easily have random bags throughout the map, where you can pick up extra armor, and you could do the same thing where you have random little boxes where you can pick up a stim shot and now I got some health back. It's not like it's impossible. It's just how would the hardcore R6 people want it to work?
There is one operator that does give you like I'm just gonna call it an adrenaline rush. I've never played her, so I can't. I have to look her up.
Yeah, the R6 guys would have to join in for that. I have no idea. Somebody from R6, talk to us.
I know what she looks like. I just don't remember her name.
What's her name, chat? It is adrenaline. What's the character that gives it to you though? Finka.
I think it's Finka.
Finka.
Yep.
Arbiter, thanks for coming in. Because I have no fucking idea. But yeah, so she gives you an adrenaline rush, but I'm sure it wears off after a time, right?
Or does but I mean it does wear up after a time, but that could be like a temporary thing that they can do to make it different. So it's not like you're getting permanent health or you're not picking up a shield. It's like hey, let's use this while we're in danger and get up out of here, or let's use this while we're going to go ahead and try and let's try and rush these people in this area. Somebody else might be behind me. I can use it and still kill them.
So okay, and this is where I'm gonna, because you were talking about earlier, you don't like Blackout because, or you're not a huge fan, and people aren't a huge fan of Blackout because of the zone. Mm-hmm. It's a short boost and reduces recoil a lot. Okay, so that makes sense. But how would the battle royale in R6 work if you don't want a zone? And to me, R6 is very close quarters gameplay.
Yeah, so you really wouldn't need a zone for that, just because of how they would just have to shrink that. There's no out. Either you play inside or outside. There's no around it, because and you don't make too many hiding spots, but you may have a few. I don't really see the need for a zone. I do see the need for they have it where if you like if we're playing and we're in 2 different teams, you're attacking, I'm defending. I can run out of the building And I get 3 seconds before it starts telling you where I'm located. So I can see them doing that. Like, if you're basically just hiding and waiting, they can use the, hey, this person is right here because they're not doing anything.
So Arbor saying smaller map, less people. I think that would be a good way.
I think that would be a good way too.
What if you did? Because I know R6, they love their close quarters. They love being in buildings. That's your kind of the objective based kind of game that it is. What if you did a single map? Right? I mean, because you're just as a prototype, they could do different ones. But if you do a single map where it's an apartment building. Whoa! Don't stereotype us R6 players. How did I stereotype you guys? That you like to be objective based and be close quarters? I mean, is that not what R6 is? The little bit that I played of it, that's what it was. The farthest you are away is 100 feet. we're all snowflakes. I'm not saying you're snowflakes, Car. What I'm saying is I'm just trying to wrap my head around, because Cardboy said earlier in the stream that R6 should do a battle royale mode. So I'm trying to wrap my head around how you would do, because all battle royales, all of them, have a zone that shrinks the circle down into nothing. I like to rush around, but at times I like to hug the objective. Right, people have their own playstyles. I'm just trying to... So, let's get back to the map, right? So if you did, instead of doing a widespread map, what if you did... if you did a group of buildings that were connected to each other, right? And every time it started from, you start at the floor, right? And you could say it's 20 people, right? Just to make, we're talking with we're talking smaller map with less players. So you have 20 people instead of 100, just to throw it out there. You can easily just run straight upstairs and loot guns as you're going upstairs. After the first 3 minutes, or the first minute, we'll say, because it's a small map, not a lot of players. The first minute, the bottom floor lights on fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fire starts to just grow up each level. So instead of widespread, you're all very tucked in together, close quarters, very stereotypical to what R6 is. Car. Yeah, you heard me. Stereotypical. And then it forces whoever reaches the last level, right? You're all on the roof, very open, limited cover behind air. You could smoke and gas instead of it could be anything. You could it could be whatever you wanted it to be. I just use fire because I think of a fire spreading through a building, it goes up. I have 15 points of damage per every 0.5 seconds. I think that would be a lot. I think you would die really fast to that, and I don't think, because you wouldn't be able to really get out of it that much. And it would depend on how many levels you go up. But say you get to the penthouse or whatever, and it's more open than what most of the floors are. Very limited cover, but it's limited. It's meant to be limited cover because it's not meant to have 15 people up there. It's meant to have 6 to 7 up on the roof, and then last one wins. That would be in my mind how the R6 Battle Royale would somewhat work, if it would work at all. That's how much it does. In what game does it do 15 points for every 0.5 seconds? You're talking in R6. You gotta understand the Battle Royale is gonna be a lot different You can't, because you're not going to have access to health, or I mean, in the game you don't have access to health. I mean that often, so it makes sense. It makes sense for it to be in the base multiplayer, but I don't think it would work in the battle royale. Not with how many, it being essentially 1v14. You don't want to punish the player for too much damage in the smoke, gas, or fire, or whatever the hell it is. You want to give them the hope that they can survive. You think, okay, so Carr says he thinks Apex is the best circle mechanic so far in a battle royale. So
I agree, because their circle doesn't kill you that much.
Yeah, their circle, their first couple of circles do not tick for a ton. So it makes it easier to be like, all right, we need to start heading in. Even if we're in the circle for a little half of this jaunt, we're not going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly. And that's what I'm saying, like 15 damage for every 0.5 seconds you're in the gas, so in R6, if you did a battle royale, I think you'd want to do it less than that. You want to tick very little, because in R6 you don't have a lot of health anyways. It's very fast time to kill. So I mean, if you're going to carry over that time to kill somewhat into battle royale, which I don't know if you can really, that's I think R6 would be a hard one to make into a battle royale. Sorry, Cardboy, but that's just my opinion. It's almost as hard as Overwatch.
Overwatch is not that hard.
I think Overwatch would be really easy if you took the idea that we came up with.
I think that would be a great battle royale. I think that would be a great additional add-on. I think that would be a fantastic battle royale.
It would be hard, but it could be done well. I mean, maybe. It depends on how much money they want to sink into it and how much time they want to sink into it. It's not something they're going to be able to pump out that fast. And I mean, at what point in time is Ubisoft going to go, all right, we're done with our Rainbow Six Siege. We're going to this Rainbow Six game. Games don't live forever, guys.
No, they don't.
As much as people believe they want to, believe that they should, or they want them to, games don't live forever. So I mean, at what point in time does Ubisoft go, we're done with Rainbow Six Siege, now we're coming out with Rainbow Six, Firefight. I mean, Rainbow Six Stealth, because now, fuck it, we're not about sieging things, we're all about being stealthy. When is Rainbow Six Siege gonna die? Honestly, is never. Man, you really drinking that TC Kool-Aid.
It's not even just about TC. There's a lot of people that I play with outside of TC, and I absolutely love that game.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I don't play it that often because I can't stream it, and I don't get to stream. I don't get to play games that much unless I'm streaming. So that's why it doesn't get played.
Yeah, see, and I want to stream it, but I've seen a lot of people stream it, and their systems can't do it.
You almost need a dual PC setup to stream it.
Yeah,
that's where it's at. Essentially, is you need a dual PC setup to stream it in a very well capacity. I could easily lower everything down and probably stream it on my PC and upgrade, to a better graphics card and be fine. But I don't, if I'm gonna stream on a PC, I'm gonna leave my PC the way it is. I'm gonna buy a brand new, beefier, hardcore PC, and that's gonna be the one that I play games on. And then this one will be a stream PC that everything gets streamed through.
Nice.
And then I'll upgrade it as it comes. But that's, near here or there. But I'm trying to think of any other games that I think battle royales would work good in.
I really can't think of any more. I know those are amazing ideas that we've already discussed, but there's got to be more.
No, I mean, you could honestly put a battle royale into anything.
That's true. You really can. It's just would it really work?
Halo battle royale. When is 343 games gonna do it? A Halo battle royale. Come on, guys. Who wants it? Everybody loved Halo. I mean, that's essentially what Halo was in the first place. Halo multiplayer essentially was a battle royale, just without the zone. It was all the same type of guns. Everybody had, everybody was essentially, you either get this gun or you get this gun. You could all have the battle rifle, or you could all have a sniper, or you could, I think Halo would be probably one of the games that I could see get put into a battle royale mode. That's I brought it up a couple of times of like what would people think about Destiny being put into a battle royale?
See, I thought about Destiny, and I wanted to make that comment.
I'll tell you what,
but I'm not sure.
My Destiny clan hates the idea. They don't understand how it would work. I mean, it's easy. It would work easy. You're not using your characters that, you use your armor, right? So you could use your armor and like your special, the special perks that your armor gives you. Sure, I'll let you have it. But the guns are gonna, the guns for the battle royale. This is the set of guns that you get. Find the gun. You can use you can make the map big enough to where you could use sparrows. Mm-hmm. And I think Destiny Battle Royale could be a thing, but I don't think Bungie doesn't have the resources now that they're taking on publishing the game themselves, and they'll have the backing of Activision. And Bungie also doesn't listen very well to their community to fix their game, and they keep doing stuff.
I agree. They a lot of companies don't. So, and this is like getting way off topic, but just because you're talking about games that aren't that should do more with their games that they're somewhat underperforming, I want to throw Dead by Daylight under the bus with that. Love the fact that they did dedicated servers. Love the fact that they're doing what they're doing now. But if you have a game that if you do something with the squad, you should be able to stick with them and not have to re-invite them to a team all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's one where, I mean, definitely, I mean, yeah, that's something that is, I think, is ridiculous, and I think Friday the 13th does it. The DVD UI is... I have no idea what that's supposed to say. War on Thursday. Atrocious.
Those are classics. Atrocious.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's me. That clap stuff, the Phoenix does it better than I do. I'm not good at the clapping stuff. Yeah, I mean, I like Dead by Daylight. It's not as refined as a lot of people want it or think it is.
Yep, I agree.
It could definitely be better than what it is. I think there's a lot of stuff that Friday the 13th does 1,000 times better than Dead by Daylight does. But there's a lot of things that Dead by Daylight does that's 1,000 times better than what Friday the 13th does.
I agree.
I think if you took Friday the 13th and Dead by Daylight and merged the good pieces out of both into one game,
you have a really good game. And you know what? Since you brought that one up, I'm gonna, because of they were supposed to make a mode for Friday the 13th called Pandemonium, which I actually think basically one of the campers becomes the killer. I actually think that would be weird, but I would be game to see it, a Friday the 13th battle royale.
I don't think it wouldn't work. I don't see how. I don't really understand how it would really work.
Here's
Unless
why I said that.
you wouldn't
And
have a Jason, maybe would be the only way that I would see it not working.
Yeah, and so the pandemonium mode, you wouldn't have a Jason with that.
Right.
So and they were really happy for it. They all wanted it, but they couldn't get it because they wouldn't give it to them for something happened. I got a feeling it's because of the whole lawsuit situation that they just killed the idea.
It's not that they killed the idea. They're not allowed to put anything else into the game because of the lawsuit. They can support the game and fix bugs and stuff like that, but that's all they can do. They can't do anything else
unless they get rights from that gentleman that took them to court for his rights back.
Yeah, and
they actually released a statement basically that said they're no longer putting any more information in there.
It hasn't been updated I mean, there's no recent news articles on it from 2019.
No, they've done bug fixes and everything. I play it still, but that's all they've done.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing they can do though.
Yeah, it's because they're restricted. I mean, they got the solo mode. I like that, but it's I personally, and it's just because of the pandemonium mode. I think that could work. I think that they could do something and make it wouldn't be like it would have to be a basic battle royale to say. And now that I'm actually thinking about it, I'm starting to think you dumbass, you shouldn't have said that. But I mean, no, it wouldn't work. Let's be realistic here.
There's a video. This video right here says the lawsuit is over.
Yeah, it's over. So the lawsuit's been settled, but they don't. There's a bunch of stuff behind it.
Shotgun Horror Inc. Complete the community. Miller, who penned the screenplay in 1980 film, believed that he was entitled to the rights of the character and settings, so the script wasn't written as a work made for hire, thus granting him intellectual property rights. What bothers me so much is that there were so many people from the original Friday the 13th that were in on making this game.
And just one person can take down the entire game.
Uh-huh. Who's this guy up here? Who the fuck is Miller? Victor Miller. So fucking Victor he's gonna make a new Friday the 13th movie.
Nothing. Let's be real.
But hopefully Victor and Sean will be working something out to get moving on a new Friday the 13th movie ASAP, with the new Halloween certainly being a blockbuster. This is the best time for them forging ahead on a new movie. And I don't know. That sucks so much for this game. This game had so much potential, and this one thing just fucked it.
Yeah, and the developers, they're to that point. They're like, you know what? Even if we could do something after it's over, they're like, we're not gonna do it.
No, because it's halted the game so much, people have just left.
No, so there's still a lot of people that play. They support the heck out of the game, but they flat out released a statement that said, "Doesn't matter. We're not doing anything else with it." Like, and everybody's like, "So lawsuit's over. What are you gonna do now?" Nothing. We're done. So they basically gave the people that put money into it. They're like, "Okay, you're done with it. We're good."
Yeah. I don't know. It's sad. I was so excited for this game. I paid money for it and got screwed.
I had paid money for it too.
People that got it for free, good for you guys. Lucky sons of bitches.
Right?
Yeah, what was the patch notes for client error, loop animations. Yeah, It sucks. I don't. I would be willing to see what the battle royale. But the thing with Friday the 13th though is it's gonna be that how everybody was saying that it would be just atrocious, or it would be chaos because it would all be melee.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you would have to find the balance there to
I mean, you got the flare gun though. You got the flare gun, the shotgun.
Right, but the shotgun's only one shot. Flare gun's only one shot.
I mean, that's what will make it interesting because you can't, you're not using the same gun over and over. You would have to run and find another gun, so it wouldn't be like, oh, I'm dead, I'm fucked. No, you get a chance to actually escape.
Yeah, it would. I mean, I don't know.
It would be interesting to say the least.
It would be interesting, but then it's like, because if you're all trying to kill each other, right? Essentially, because it's a battle royale. Who's calling for the police to come, or like, is it already the police are called? So they're once they arrive, you can escape like that. To me, that doesn't make sense.
So what I see it there is you could, Tommy Jarvis would be on the set and he would automatically call the police because he realizes that something that all the counselors are ape shit crazy. They kill him. Then all of a sudden they have until the police get there.
And then whoever's not. Well, I don't know. To me, that I still, I don't know, because it wouldn't really make sense. It still doesn't. It's still hard for me to wrap my head around. We would have to talk about it some more. But
okay.
We'll talk about that off stream. So we're gonna wrap up. I mean, I think we went through a lot of stuff there. I mean, we touched pretty much every battle royale. I mean, Fortnite got criticized in season 7. They viewership dropped for Fortnite when Apex first dropped, and season 7 had their airplanes. People hated it, and now they're back. Now that the airplanes are gone, and they're happy about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, Fortnite's Fortnite. It's still gonna make money. Kids are still getting their parents' credit cards and buying all the skins they can. So it's never gonna stop. I mean, it'll stop. It'll die sometime, just like every game dies. But it'll live on in spirit. But other than that, Phoenix, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting.
Anytime.
Chat, thanks for hanging out. Cyber for the host, Arbiter for the follow, Cardboy for the sub. Appreciate you, or the gifted sub to Car6. Appreciate everybody chatting and putting in some input. I'm gonna try to do these every Wednesday. We're gonna plan out for doing. It's gonna be media based, so movies, TV shows, streaming stuff. If you guys want to talk about Twitch streams, as long as we're not bashing streams, because I don't want I don't want to be toxic. I want to be positive. So we're gonna we can definitely talk about, if you guys want to talk about what the fuck Ninja's done for Twitch and and video games all together, like we could talk about that. We're not gonna bash Ninja. I know people are salty towards Ninja because he makes a shit ton of money, and that's but it's not a bad thing that he does. And I don't people shouldn't be salty towards Ninja or dislike Ninja because he found his niche in this market that we're trying to find our niche in. So we're gonna do this every Wednesday, 2-hour talks. Go from there. So I'm gonna sign out. I'm gonna go to bed. You guys have a good night. I'm gonna stop that.